Hi, this is the Buckingford £200 weight given to me by David Dickinson. A very fine painter in acrylics. He gave up the watercolours in favour of the acrylics. I should be going back to acrylics soon. I'm getting a bit ragged around the edge with all the watercolours I've been doing lately. So I'm just going to make this up just to try to show you how simple doing green trees and that sort of thing. My techniques, anything I know about this sort of painting was Ron Ransom. He's still alive, he's in his 90s, he lives in Oregon. As an Englishman by trade, by birth. And introduced this method about over 25 years ago, using a 2-inch hake or slightly less. They have evolved over the years. They used to have metal ferrules or very basic ones, but these are the best so far. The bristles go right to the edge of the wooden ferrule here. I call it a ferrule, it's whatever I like to call it. They last for ages. You get a good one, treasure it. They do vary. So that, the rigger, and maybe one of them, or the inch version of that flat, that's a nylon flat. But these are made from hog hair, Chinese super brushes. And there's the butcher's tray colours: cadmium yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, paint red, and burnt sienna. They're straight out of the tube, which is Cotman 21mm. Winsor & Newton, student quality, very good value if you can get them cheap. I haven't bought any for ages, but I'm going to have to stock up soon. So I'm going to give that a bit of a wet with some raw sienna. Put a bit of light in the whole thing and paint over it as it dries. You can use some sparkle, leave some bits unpainted, but I'm just going to paint this all over. It takes quite a lot of water to soak into this sort of paper. The Fabriana that I normally use is quite, well, it soaks in very easily with that, because it's quite a smooth paper by comparison to this. Okay. So a good idea would be to keep your palette fairly dry unless you want to use the paint immediately. Otherwise, you'll end up with it slopping all over your lap. I've got it on my box easel on a tray at the moment. Got a cup of tea. I don't make videos, or I make videos, but I don't do DVDs. I haven't got into that. I wouldn't know how to start marketing, that sort of thing. So I just give it all away and share it with you. So, a bit of blue, and just so a nice streaky sort of clouds, and I'll put in some. I think I'll put a bit of alizarin on the bottom of that. It's a bit blue, but a bit of yellow. Right, now a bit of alizarin and a bit of Payne's grey. Gives it a lovely cloud colour. This is Ron Ransom's cloud colour. You can use burnt umber and blue. You can use light red and blue. Whatever you fancy. So we just get this nice streaking across here. A bit darker here and there. That noise you hear is someone's felt roof going on. A bit darker in the shadow of that. Well, I've got the board at about 45 degrees, as much for the camera angle as anything else. If I had lots of space or redesign the space I have, would I know that where to put all the clutter that I've got? My desk is very, very cluttered. Look, I'll show you again. I've shown it many times. Oops. Look, this is my table. All the acrylics from Wilkinson's. That's just one table. But ideally, I would like a space to get my drawing board out and work under this north-facing light, this overhead north-facing light. But I could do that if I was purely a watercolour painter, but I'm not. I like to go into knife painting and brush painting with acrylic. I'll just give that a bit of a clip. Keep it nice and flat. It's very stiff, but that side does expand. You can wet both sides of this and do it that way. That way the paper would stay flat because you're expanding both sides with the water. Okay, so there's my palette. Look, it's still quite clean. Now, what shall we do? We'll at least put in a bit of distance, but I want to do some different shaped trees. So this morning's painting, this is the third one, are about simple landscapes. To learn to be simple is not easy, believe you me. It's taken a long time for me, but it's great fun. And using simple materials and a large brush, it stops you from fiddling too much. It's the whole point of this brush. Not everybody likes it, not everybody wants to persevere till they get to a proficiency with it, but it's worth it. Right, I'll put in a bit of blue background. I only use ultramarine, I don't use any other blue. I'll use a bit of alizarin in there. And we'll keep a low horizon. This could be trees in the distance. Might make some slightly hilly landscape. So it's drying already there. It's very warm today, okay? Let's bring that down there a little bit. Just undulate that landscape a little bit. And we'll put in some yellow in that bluey mix. Nice working on a table. Well, working on that flat surface anyway, so I don't have to hold my palette. Vary the colours. Burnt sienna in there, burnt sienna. Right, let that dry a little bit. I'll just put in some heavier greens on that background. And I'm using thicker paint on this. Put a bit blue in there. Just adding a little bit of detail to the background here. And I'm going to this cadmium yellow. It's so strong. These are sort of blue greens in the background here. I'm not really going in any particular direction at the moment. I'm just sort of feeling my way. I've added a bit of burnt sienna to that and the blue. Just adding a little bit of air to the background of trees. Right, that gives us a sort of way to go. I'll put some detail in that foreground now. Oh, I've got the dog starting out. I think that dog is left all day in the garden. Probably got a kennel, but it really seems to react to neighbours coming out. Right, just a bit of grass here and some shadow in these here. Right, let's put in some heavy bushy foreground now in a bit of it, where we're going to make these trees. So let's go in here. Get some warm colours. Right. Just lift out a little bit with the finger brush, clip, and now we're going to put in some bigger trees now in the foreground. So we've got enough distance there. I think I'm just a little bit too even on this background here, so let's just break some of those outlines up a little. Right, so we've got a lot going on there. So let's get a bit of dark. Right, that's the base of it. That's I'll put one in here. Just to balance out. I've always have a bit of a balance, but don't make symmetry. We don't want symmetry. Right, now we want to do some nice greens. So bit of grey, plenty of blue. Now darker greens in the shadows. See how lovely and rough this paper is. Look, dry brushing all over the place. I'll warm that up with a bit of sienna now. A bit of water, because the brush is very, very dry now. Right, now we're going to put in some, see how far we can go with that rigour. Bit of water, Payne's grey, bit of burnt sienna. There are loads of bits and pieces in here. Okay, let's do the same with the other one. Look, just one brush. fill in those bits there. It's quite a delicate touch with the hake to get that dry brush effect of the shape of the canopy. You can easily overdo this. So there we are, so that's that, and we can just lift out a few little bits of scrapings, and then we'll do a bit on here. Just using palette green, like the grey mess that's left. It's all usable. Right, shave the palette. Now I'm going to do some more work with this. The branches and the trunk. Some darker notes in there. Roland Hilder was the guy that unlocked this sort of way of painting canopies of trees, using the edge of the brush to get that shape but leave it all airy. You want birds to be able to fly through your trees. Right, okay, any more than that I think would be too much. Let's put a figure or two in there, I think. Dry my brush, keep things clean, drink the tea, the people brush, obviously. Oh, excuse me. Look at my people brushes, that's one of them. Oh, sorry, that's the one I want. There. So I'll put a bit of raw sienna, I think, on. Nice warm red. Let's put this one in here. Little head. Good idea to practice little figures. I used to have a sheet, I've got it here somewhere, I did dozens of them. Put another one in for something. Just the head's just a little bit lost on there. Right, well they're a little bit dark, the whole painting's a little bit dark. I'll just put a signature on that and then we'll put it in a mount and we'll... Right, okay, bit of tape. There it is. Maybe I'll use the ivory mount on this. Oops. Right, well there we are. Sort of through the meadow. Oh, I think that's quite visual. It's a little bit dark, muddy, but we've got plenty of light in it and a nice sky, so I hope you enjoyed that. Let's just bring you around and have a look. A walk over Mitcham Common. Walking on Mitcham Common, that'll do. Or walking in Beddington Park. No, we'll have that as Mitcham Common, I think, because I live near there. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.